Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Silent Run. Been having a lot of thoughts lately about, how to talk to people more. Initially, when I started this, I was just thinking, okay, I'll just make a run, post it, hands off. But the more I do this and the more lovely people I'm seeing in my comments, the more that I really want to start talking to you all more and giving back a little bit, at least in the sense of if someone actually wants to hear from me. And so some considerations I have to at least make it a bit more engaging. I'm thinking about perhaps adding a full dedicated intro, kind of similar to the like Creparian style of hey guys, how's it going? Creparian here once again, and give a whole rant before the video starts. Or and of course a lot of people do that, of course, but that's just one example. Also, I'm thinking about maybe adding some fun stuff. I was thinking of like a song of the day kind of thing, where I just give you all a song every run and say, hey, I like the song. How do you feel about it too? That seems like a fun little daily thing as well. So not sure exactly what I want to do at this point, but I'm interested in something. So if you have any ideas or if any of that sounds good to you, let me know below. And maybe soon enough I'll have added some engagement bait for you guys. But yeah, just something a bit more fun and cool that makes my videos a bit different would be something I'm interested in doing. But anyway, on to the run. So took an early footwork from the shop there, took an early skewer as well just for some damage, and couldn't quite afford that climax, unfortunately, which would have helped quite a lot. Skewer damage. We found a corpse explosion from the rare event, which I could over Wraith form. Wraith form, debatably a bit boring, but also very bad on floor 0. You don't want to be taking Wraith form when your enemies are only attacking you for like 10. You can just play 2 defense instead. So Wraith form, of course, has its uses in some fights, but tends to be a bit too big of a downside, too expensive, and not enough damage yet to make good use of it. And so I took a dodge and roll as well. Nice block card to go with our footwork. And I'm actually taking the 3 elites, which is crazy because there's a super elite at the end of that. And Gremlin, of course, going to be the hardest one of those. With our corpse explosion, poison stuff going on in footwork, we're going to be scaling pretty well against sentries and Lagavulins, so gotta take Knob seriously here. Used our liquid, our distilled chaos, and skewer plus, absolutely cooking there. And first we're like toxic egg, very, very strong on the silent, and found a well-laid plants as well. So that's really good. So now whenever we add a skill to our deck for the rest of the run, it will be upgraded. And also found a bag of marbles, which applies 1 vulnerable to all enemies at the start of each fight. That's pretty good. So I do in fact skip the second elite this time, just rest instead. Feeling so strong already, no need to take any more risks. Simply we'll live here and we'll win. And I could have used the explosive pot there, but only take 5, thanks to corpse explosion. What a card. And Deadly Poison Plus versus Deflect Plus with a footwork. That's actually a real conversation, I would say. Actually, take the Deflect Plus. Deflect Plus is a card I'm so much higher on than I used to be, or Deflect in general, even unupgraded, with the footwork in your deck. Being able to block for 0 energy as a silent is actually a huge deal. Just the 1 Deflect can help you so much. If you have like 1 acro in your deck, clicking on that 1 Deflect could be really, really important. And I'm considering I might actually die if I full block, or excuse me, it might actually run away if I full block. And now it's 1 short, because I didn't go all out last turn. So actually taking 6 here, unfortunately. Just didn't quite line up damage-wise there, unfortunately. That's okay, though. And now footwork versus fumes. Second footwork would be pretty good here. I do in fact take it, so I'm feeling pretty confident in my damage already. No need to take the fumes. Just trying to block here. And so this is my kind of silent run here, just footwork and block a lot. I really like that. Wraith form I do enjoy myself, but I've heard the sentiment that people think it's boring or whatever, so I'm very happy to just block instead. And like there's so many more kind of silent cards that interact with dexterity, right? There's all the block cards, and I was going somewhere with that. I'll think of it in a minute here. Oh, like blur and whatnot. Like ways to abuse the fact you have large block number, of course. It's not just like Wraithworm where you take no damage and that's all it does. So huge block against Laga here. Very pleased with our footworks here. Even though we were debuffed, we still took no damage there. And the poison should get us there in a couple turns here. So no fumes, doesn't even matter. Just way too much dex here for Laga to handle. And this is super duper Laga, so it is +2 strength, but doesn't even matter. Gonna take a little bit more damage here. And that's fine. And War Paint will upgrade 2 random skills. Now we can take a Deadly Poison. Just a nice, solid damage card. And I wanted more card reward over event because Toxic Egg. Toxic Egg is so good that combats are just better because you're seeing all upgraded skills, and upgraded skills are really good. Distilled Chaos again is good. Second Corpse Explosion could be a bit much, but it's against some trash here, so gonna take that. And probably upgrade Well-Laid Plans or Footwork. Actually upgrade Neutralize. Don't have any other way to weaken, so interested in having another layer of block. We already have 5 decks, no need for more decks past me thinks. So weakening is like a whole other layer of defense. And I rip the Distilled Cast there and hit Skewer. That interacts very favorably since you spend it, you play Skewer for X, where that's your current energy, but you don't actually spend the energy on it, so very, very strong interaction there. And this deck, Guardian is no match for this deck. We are very well positioned against the Guardian here. Poison cards and 2 Footworks is absolutely brutal for Mr. Guardian here. And of course, we built the deck knowing we were fighting Guardian. Would have had to play against Slime Boss a bit differently here. And we've done it. 0 damage Guardian. And Wraithworm is here. I probably take it still, but it's not going to be super amazing at this point. I might skip, actually. 2 Footworks already. It's possibly skip here. I do in fact skip. Pretty cool. And really good options here. Coffee Dripper is definitely pickable here. It would be really, really good. But Runic Pyramid is Runic Pyramid, so I'll be taking that. And now we'll have to find, you know, a Tactician or something like that. I may have skipped a Tactician already. I can't remember. But we don't really have a way to discard it yet, so would love to find like 1 Acro and then find the Tacticians. Prepared plus would be good, and Reflex, all of that stuff. Start building the really good skills. Bag of Marbles kindly removes 1 artifact charge. And then now we can neutralize. Course Explosion, Deadly Poison, Deflect, and then it's dead. So, love to be able to get through those artifacts. Thank you, base Bag of Marbles. Even when you don't care about the vulnerable, it's still good. That's how good it is. And Poison Stab Plus is offered. Don't even have a Molten Egg, but that seems good enough for some fast damage. And still applies a little bit of poison. Need to make sure we can actually kill the thing that we Corpse Explosion, or else it won't explode. So I'm trying to find a way to kill one outright without using a potion that exactly does enough damage. Can even use the Essence of Steel, take 7. And yeah, I'm full blocking with the Essence of Steel here. That's pretty good. And now Well-Laid Plan, sadly, is useless. Although, notably, we could find something like a Mummified Hand or Birdface Turn. But likes to interact with powers. Probably getting away here, unfortunately. But that's okay. Just trying not to die. Not too worried about that. And Catalyst Plus, that's a snap pick. That's pretty good. Tripling the poison on an enemy after we play our Corpse Explosions or Deadly Poison is going to be really, really good. A little bit early for it, I would say, but you're not going to say no when you're already leaning into poison, that's for sure. Crippling Cloud Plus would be really quite good here as well. And we just have to get this right one dead, and then they're all dead. So, might have to wait one more turn here, try to full block here. Have to block for 30. So just take the 6. Cultists is a bit of a bummer. Blade Dance Plus is not pickable here. Hand's too full. Caltrops not necessary. We're already having a very strong, slow game plan here, which Caltrops tends to be. Kind of like Noxious Fumes, except usually worse. Some fights better, of course. Probably Footwork, Defend here, but I'm seeming to want to Deadly Poison instead. I think I play as unnecessarily fast because I was always going to kill it in 2 turns with the Catalyst there. So could have blocked that 1 turn, I think. Possibly a small mistake. Piercing Wail Plus is going to get Snap Clicked. That's a really, really insane card. And we have all 3 of these elites, which really hate getting Piercing Wailed. Slavers, because there's 3 enemies, that's blocking for 24. Gremlin Leader attacks you times 3, that's also blocking for 24 at least. And then additionally, the gremlins get debuffed. And Book of Stabbing hits you for 7 times 1 plus the number of turns it's been. So it blocks basically the number of turns it's been times 8, which is very good. And I gonna take 18 here, unfortunately. It happens. I dodge and roll for next turn, just so I can block just in case. It does not hit us. So I could consider leaving them alive here to force it to attack, because Piercing Wail's in my hand. But that seems silly, because the fat gremlin is going to frail us, and that's really bad. And I would love to have a Fumes, that's for sure. Really, really, really good Fumes position here. Upgraded Fumes would be quite good. So now it's making more dudes, and this Gremlin Wizard is about to hit us for 30. That's not good. But it's still not hitting us. The Gremlin Leader, that is, and didn't find Corpse Explosion. That's pretty bad. Kill the Wizard. Considering playing Survivor, just get a card out of our hand. It's going to hit for 16 times 3. This Piercing Wail is blocking for 40 damage. Actually 40 damage. That's pretty good. This is getting a bit awkward here. Can Deadly end Corpse Explosion on the fat gremlin, and actually I can't. That was 1 short, so I do that instead, and then that way I can finally poison on the Gremlin Leader, and then it's gonna actually not hit us this turn. I can then Corpse Explosion Catalyst, and it's dead in 2 turns. So that was a good line. Tough fight though, for sure. And Singing Bowl is here. Whenever we are offered a cardboard screen, you can see we can gain +2 max health instead, and actually take a outmaneuver. That's very exciting every time that's clickable. And got a key, unfortunately. That Unceasing Top is absolutely worthless here. And Paper Crane is in the shop here, and we do have a Neutralize Plus. So, gonna be taking the Paper Crane, which will reduce even further the damage that enemies deal while they're weakened. I'm very pleased with that as a relic. And taking a lot of damage here, this is very bad, down to 6 health. And this fight, of course, is absolutely brutal. If you've ever faced this one, you'll know. The Fungi Beast plus Shelled Parasite. 1-2 punch. If you kill the Fungi Beast, then you get vulnerable, and Avocado hits you even harder. Did I have lethal here? Just Skewer for 30 on the Parasite? Would have put it at 17 health. Yep. So if I take damage here, it was a mistake. And I take 4, down to 2. So yeah, definitely a mistake there, I think. Unless I'm doing math wrong. So a bit spooky, but we're still alive. Deflect Plus, yet again, really good with Pyramid. Now we have more zero-cost block options. And I get to rest there. Considering, do I take this elite or not? I do not. Transform 2 is great. Endless Agony plus Backflip, those are great options. Backflip goes well with the footworks. Endless Agony is a zero-cost card. Very happy about that. Weirdly, the Chosen hitting for 7, because that's 40% less damage. Because of Paper Crane. Getting rid of skills here that are weaker since we are hexed. Don't want to be shuffling in dazes if we don't have to. Committing to killing the Chosen. Once it dies, the bird will also die. Piercing Wail is basically an apparition here, but we didn't need it. That's pretty good. And there's a Tactician Plus. And again, we're having a hard time discarding it right now, so it's not amazing yet, but we will get there eventually, I think. And that energy gain is going to be absolutely massive. Concentrate, for example, will be quite good here. I'm going to outmaneuver here, so we have 6 energy next turn. That's really, really good. Got a Corpse Explosion on one of the dudes. But probably considering going Corpse Explosion Catalyst right now on Automaton, to be honest. Maybe even Poison Pot. Oh yeah, and I might use both pots here. Because this guy is spooky. That's definitely true. If we get 50-aided here, we may die. And killing the minions involves Corpse Explosioning the minion, which is less poison on the guy. So, definitely seems reasonable to just go all out here. And just a Skewer will get there on the big turn. Keeping the Skewer around just to be able to play that on the turn where it's doing a billion damage. That Piercing Wail is blocking for so much damage again. Thank you, Piercing Wail. And now they're not hitting us anymore, so I can just kill it. It was going to die anyway. So, using both potions there, got out. And Adrenaline Plus is offered, that's going to get clicked on. That's really insane. So, only found 2 relics in Act 2. One of them was a shop relic as well. That Gremlin Leader was just brutal. And hallway fights were not great. We were having a hard time playing all of our cards because only 3 energy with Runic Pyramid. But of course, it'll get better and better and better as we find more ways to add energy. So, don't want either of those 2 other relics. Could have considered the Collar, I guess. But we're interested in playing more cards than 6 per turn eventually. Just not quite yet. Although maybe he was right. But I took a Black Star instead. I'm feeling so confident here that just want to take more elites. It would seem. Yeah, now we just added Adrenaline Plus, and we have more Deflect now, and a Tactician. Should be pretty good. I should have pointed that at something else. The right guy. The Neutralize. But got the double Corpse Explode, so they all die anyway. Totally fine. And leg sweep plus seems pretty good with a paper crane. Definitely want to be able to apply weaken more reliably. And of course, it's just a very solid block card anyway, that you're normally happy to have one of. Should have played Flying Knee instead of the power that does nothing. Of course, getting it out of your hand is a reasonable reason to want to play it, but was wrong. And outmaneuver is absolutely cooking. You love to see it. Gonna gain 6 energy this turn. Adrenaline skewer kills. Huge skewer. Deadly poison or skip, probably. And I would say probably skip. We also get +2 max health, which is quite good. Dash is a bit late here. I do take the deadly, sure. Feeling like I want a little more reliable poison. The fact that the corpse explosions cost 2 is a bummer. It can be tough to actually play those when you really need to. So would have preferred seeing Crippling Cloud, probably. But no, that costs 2 as well. Deadly Poison's a nice, solid, cheap card. And normally you're not seeing them upgraded already, so that makes them a lot worse. I outmaneuver, over defend. Interested in actually playing my cards this turn. Being frailed is a huge bummer. Didn't find our footworks. This is not going well, this particular fight. I weaken before Piercing Well. Piercing Well actually blocks for more than the weaken does. Piercing Well is cooking. Once again, I am a Piercing Well propaganda channel. Look how good this card is. You should click on it. And Crippling Cloud Plus over Acro. Of course, Acro could enable the Tactician, but it's a bit tough to play. And Mirror is here. That's probably getting clicked. I don't know what on, though. But there's also Malaise Plus and Burst Plus, both of which are insane. So maybe I take Burst Plus. I do, in fact, take Burst Plus. So Burst Plus here with Adrenaline and Catalyst is going to be really insane. The fact that we have Pyramid means we can always reliably play them together. So just Burst Plus, Deadly Poison Plus, Deadly Poison Plus, Catalyst Plus is 126, I think, poison? That's a lot of poison. Yep. So suddenly we are way stronger. We're going to be doing so much damage because of this burst. A very wise purchase, I would say. And we find Anchor and Pen Nib. Anchor will give us 10 block on turn 1, an excellent relic. Pen Nib will double the damage of our 10th attack. Every 10th attack that we play. That is not particularly good here. We are heavily leaning into poison here as our damage source. And when we play attacks are mainly utility at this point. Skewer could be interesting, though. So if we manage to line that up, that could be actually pretty good. Skewer with Pen Nib. So I'm holding the Deadly Poison, waiting to find the Catalyst so I can go play it all at once. This is a bit of an oof, but we do have a Crippling Cloud, which will weaken. Decide to block this way instead. It actually fully blocks. Very nice. There's Catalyst. Oh, we already bursted, unfortunately. Is it enough? It will kill in 3 turns. So not quite yet to my liking. I need to play Leg Sweep. That's a lot of block. So we're finally kind of drawing cards here, which is exciting. I really should have played Catalyst right there. That was crazy. diabolical not playing it right there. It's also still dead, I think, if I just play it right now. So maybe I'm being a bit weird here. I took 6 for no reason. That was incredibly weird. I don't know what just happened. Please avert your eyes. Time to upgrade his other footwork, probably. About time. And we find the boot. Somehow we found a relic worse than the boot earlier. It truly was. We're never emptying our hand here, the unseasoned top that we skipped. But the boot will increase any unblocked attack damage we deal that is less than 5 up to 5. Notably only good in exactly this fight, because it prevents the intangible turn from being 1 damage. It actually is 5. So, completely irrelevant, because we're doing the poison thing probably, but it's just funny that we found the boot right before walking into the only fight where it actually does something in the whole game. There's burst. It's dead. Don't miss it this time, please. Well played past me. Find a strawberry. Oh, and really good cards here. Let's wait for this for a moment. I really want this gamble. I do take the gamble. It triggers to the tactician, helps us find a whole new hand if we have bad cards in our hand. Pretty good. But escape plan was also quite good with 2 footworks. Definitely worth noting. So, strawberry, 7 max health, of course, and letter opener says every time we play 3 skills in 1 turn, we'll deal 5 damage to all enemies. That's a pretty solid relic as well, although relatively unimportant here in most fights, as we are doing so much damage with the poison, and we have corpse explosion. That's probably not going to matter very much. It's worth noting, you know, I think most people would think of, especially on the silence, they would think of letter opener as a good relic. It is good sometimes, but I tend to err on the side of you usually don't really need it, and it can be a bit hard to actually trigger all of the effects like that, you know? Playing, and it, like, for example, Reptomancer really hates getting hit by that card, or that relic, but generally speaking, it's, I would say, not as good as people think it is, probably. It's one of those, in theory, it's really good, and then you find it's hard to actually make it work. And had to take some damage there. Could have blocked instead, but I want to just get out. Take 12. That fight's pretty spooky when you are slow. Second leg sweep I'm considering. I actually take it. Just another big girthy block card and more weaken. I'm definitely in my era of take block cards more than I used to. And I'm winning. I was actually on a 5 win streak, by the way, guys. I'm not a huge braggart or anything, but I looked at my match history and 5 wins in a row. I'm not playing rotating necessarily. I just play whatever I feel like, and or like I want to have enough wins of every character for the channel to have variety. So, like, if you're playing rotating and you happen to lose as the same character repeatedly, you might not have a video for that character, which is not ideal. So I tend to just play whatever I need to play, or whatever. And so I had 1 of every character and then 2 silent wins in that 5 in a row. And that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. I used to never win streak. I'm definitely capable of win streaking. It's just that I play a bit too fast and carelessly, generally speaking, to reliably win multiple in a row. But the fact that I'm relatively keeping the same pace and yet starting to get these win streaks is very, very exciting. So 5 in a row for me is huge. And a lot of runs dying to just the heart. No more careless early game deaths. Very cool. And those are some great relics. Found a Snecko Skull. Whenever we apply poison, we apply 1 more poison. That's going to be great here. Would love to find a Fumes now, but even if we don't find it, that's pretty good. And Lizard Tail is really good, of course. Whenever we would die for the first time, it will revive us with half of our life. So that's very, very strong. Even if we somehow die here, we'll have a second chance. And we did get vulnerable, so this it's being very rude. Could have played footwork and actually blocked here, but I'm interested in actually dealing damage, it seems. Getting out of this fight before we get cursed. So I could play the Catalyst here for sure. Oh, it's dead. Very good. And Acro is here again. Slice is a card that I didn't even think about there, but we do have Pen Nib. It's a 0-cost card. Easy to get out of our hand. Maybe Slice deserved a thought there. Slice plus, that is. Probably not, but, you know, it's important to consider every option. I have a bad habit of ignoring cards, and I think that's unfair. $30 damage. It's pretty good. So take a little bit of damage here. This was unavoidable, unfortunately. Could have used a potion or leg sweep, I guess, but that's you know, it's just 7. It's fine. And Core Explosion is good. Apologies, headphones users. Escape Plan Plus is here now against Trash. Gonna take that. That's really good. And on to Woke Bird. Hoping to kill it without taking too much damage, or giving it too much strength, rather. Look at this outmaneuver go, guys. This is not great. Letter opener cook in here, actually. Definitely really good here. Toxic Egg decks are going to like letter opener more, probably, on average. And sometimes you're just like discarding a million cards and not really converting that into anything, and then you find letter opener and it's like, oh my god. So it has its moments. Not to say it's always bad or something like that, of course. Didn't mean to imply that. It's just probably not quite as insane as people think. I remember seeing a run where like one of the Tincture runs from one of the better players, and Tincture was, you know, dealing like 300 damage a fight, playing just gamble every turn multiple times, and the people were like, oh, you should take letter opener from the shop. It's like 300 gold to deal 5 extra damage per 3 skills played, when Tincture's already dealing like 80 damage every time you play a card. More like 30 damage every time you play a card. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you just have to realize that you don't need the damage. Definitely can be the case sometimes. Getting rid of well-laid plans. It's actually has a downside here. I might be able to rip the big skewer, actually. Would be neat. So this paper crane is cooking here. That would have hit us for quite a lot there. Would have hit us for 10 times 4 instead. So I think I'm trying to kill it like normally here, and then in the second phase, kill it with Catalyst. Did I already Catalyst? I don't remember. Dealing some decent damage here. And hoping to keep this Piercing Wail around so I can debuff its strength permanently on the split turn. So yeah, just pass here. And then next turn, we could do the thing. Piercing Wail brings its strength to -2. It will cleanse the debuff that returns its strength up 8. And set itself at 0 strength instead. It's very hard to explain that articulately. When you Piercing Wail, you apply a debuff. Or you apply a debuff that says -8 strength. You also give it a buff, but it maybe is considered a debuff by the game, that says gain 8 strength at the end of this turn. And then it cleanses that when it dies and splits, so therefore it does not gain the strength back. But it also cleanses any negative strength it has, so it just has itself at 0 if it's below negative. If it's below 0, it puts itself back at 0. But yeah, of course, very, very strong, resetting the strength essentially with Piercing Wail. Yo. No need to play Nooch, because it's already weakened a lot. Considering getting rid of Neutralize, probably. Yep. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. It ticks up the Time Warp, and it's unnecessary. Although it is 0 cost, so it gets a card out of our hand. Would have loved to have one of these strikes in our hand to discard at the time. That would have been good. Gotta find these footworks. Play Defend Plus, then Adrenaline, probably. Oof. Definitely need to find these feet works. I sure hope they do, am I right, guys? Gonna play Piercing Wail for realsies. I think we have another one, right? Second Piercing Wail somewhere. Really hate this Endless Agony, actually. It keeps making more of itself because our hand's always full. Very sad. There's Footwork. Gonna play these poison cards. I was interested in blocking. I might Piercing Wail again. Like, who cares if we can't reset its strength, right? If it's just gonna die the Catalyst, yeah. Seems fair enough, like, reasoning to me. Burst Catalyst right now applies, like, a lot of poison. A lot. Oh yeah, it's dead, right? Burst Deadly Catalyst does 43, 129, 3 something. 387? Is that right? I think that's right. Past me is doing a bit of math. Very scary. Of course, if you're doing math wrong, then you're dead. Oh, it's more I have Snecko Skull, even more than that. That number +1 +1 plus that triple. Crazy stuff. A lot of things I want to remove here. I want to get rid of this Wily Plant because it doesn't do anything, but it also at least exhausts itself. So Strike is still probably worse. Tactician is here again. That's really good. Take that. Maybe just card remove then. Card remove Strike. Nope. I think I should get rid of Endless Agony, maybe, for the reason I talked about earlier. Like, I have to keep drawing more of that card, but it's kind of the same as Strike. Except Strike is harder to play. And here is a good case of Agony actually being pretty good. So, it happens. So I break the artifact there. Planning on probably going Corpse Explosion Piercing Wail. We won't get attacked by the left dude next turn, which is good. Now I can leg sweep or get rid of a burn instead, sure. Now I can turn around and leg sweep the left guy when it hits the big hit here this turn. That'll be pretty good. Would love to find Tactician here with this Acro. That'd be really good. A little bit too ambitious though. This is a bit spooky. We haven't done any damage. Hate to see that. There's Corpse Explosion. Gotta play that card, of course. That's gonna kill both of them once it dies. Ew, this is bad. Remember, kids, having a pyramid can be dangerous. I should acro looking for tactician, I think. I just play the deadly instead. Take some damage, it happens. Catalyst still in there. Definitely very spooky here, actually. Could have considered bursting the adrenaline, but I really want to burst this catalyst. I think in hindsight I didn't need to burst the catalyst here, though. I should turn around as well. Oh, there's catalyst. So if I catalyst right now, I would get out next turn, but this is fine. Take 1, 3, math's hard, 3. And then this turn is good. Okay, so only took 21. Got out. And Bottled Tornado, White Bee Statue. White Bee Statue is unfortunately very bad here. This is, I think, the second upload in a row where I got White Bee Statue from the Act 4 Elite. Doesn't do anything, turns out. Trash Relic, and Bottle Tornado as well, letting us bottle a footwork. That's actually pretty good, although not amazing. And here we go. Caltrops. Actually choosing to place her out of there, get rid of a card instead of keeping them around. So leg sweep's gonna be huge here. Applying the bigger paper crane weaken. 3x15 down to 1x15 is a huge difference. And it looks like I can play outmaneuver here, which is great. Ew, that's a void draw. I can play regular defend, yeah. Whoops. It's fine now. Darn. Escape plan not cooking here. And this is a bit of an awkward one. I want to pitch the hand, but I also don't want to get rid of this piercing whale or a catalyst. So, time to start just playing cards. I should play leg sweep. Yeah. And gotta place poison cards here. I probably play the deflect, at least one. And this wound is going to be a bit of a bummer. That's okay, though. Get rid of an artifact charge. No fumes here is a bummer. These artifact charges in the middle of the fight can be a huge deal. I could double Piercing Whale. Soon enough, it'll be dead because of this Catalyst. Just gotta play cards, get them out of my hand, find the burst, play the burst Catalyst, win. And perhaps I don't even care about breaking Lizard Tail here. It's right to just go burst Crippling Cloud Catalyst probably. Or I could just now go burst Catalyst and it's dead, I think. Yep. So now I can just play Footwork, take 28, and then die. And then we win. It may be right to not even play the Footwork, though. It's interesting. Because I know I'm very unlikely to draw block here due to that draw pile that I just saw, but I'm going to pass and try anyway. And then next turn, if I happen to whiff, well, I actually, it's impossible, I see. I only have 3 slots in my hand. So I'm going to gamble. Footwork gamble. And it's just going to die in 2 turns. I didn't even have to play cards, actually. Maybe a little bit of cards. 1 deadly gets there. Would have been an interesting fight without the Lizard Tail, I have to say. Gotta find a way around that. But yeah, got there. And just showing the power of Runic Pyramid, even though it was a bit awkward to play our cards that run. We didn't find like the prepared tactician stuff, or just 1 outmaneuver plus was quite really good there, actually. And very, very cool. So yeah, of course, Toxic Egg as the silent, always very strong and very cool and fun. Hope you liked that one as much as I did. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, have a beautiful day.